vagus nerve reset practice, and why that's even important anyway, coming up next. So maybe you've heard some information lately coming up about the vagus nerve, hearing these talks about vagal tone, increasing your vagal tone. What does that even mean? So it turns out that the vagus nerve is really essential in regulating states in your brain and your body. The vagus nerve is one of 10 cranial nerves, and vagus means wanderer, and it wanders through and communicates with all of your systems. Now, Dr. Stephen Porges identified that the vagus nerve has a front portion, the ventral vagal, and a back portion, or the dorsal vagal. And then the vagus nerve is kind of shifting between ventral vagal, sympathetic activation or stress response, and dorsal vagal. So what does that even mean, right? So when we're in the ventral vagal, when we're in that place, we're in our happy place. We're in joy, we feel very little or no discomfort or pain in our bodies, we're happy, we're content, we feel connected to others, and we feel connected to ourselves. Ventral vagal, that's what we're going for. Now, then we also have a sympathetic activation or stress response in the nervous system. And that's not always bad. It's not always bad to have a little bit of a sympathetic activation. You get a little bit every time you drive because it makes you more alert. Your eyes widen, your pupils dilate, you can look around, your ears are more sensitive. So you get a little bit of a sympathetic activation, which is why if you're really stressed out, that little addition of sympathetic activation can turn into road rage. So that's an unhealthy sympathetic activation. That's like too much, right? But when we go into a sympathetic activation, then we shut down digestion, we increase our heart rate, we increase our blood pressure. That's a stress response. Now, if the stressor is overwhelming and we don't see a way out, and we feel overwhelmed or hopeless, we go into what is the dorsal vagus, or the posterior portion of that vagus nerve, and we go into freeze. We just shut down. The brain shuts down, we feel hopeless, we feel despair, depression maybe sets in. So we want actually some simple tools to use to kind of shift us back into the ventral vagus so that we can come back to our happy place and not be in a stress response and not be completely overwhelmed and in despair. So enter Stanley Rosenberg, who is a craniosacral therapist who wrote a fabulous book called Accessing the Healing Power of the Vagus Nerve. I highly recommend that you check it out. And in it, he gives some practices for improving vagal tone and helping you to directly access the vagus nerve so that you can get out of a stress response. And if you're in chronic stress and feeling chronic pain, which is always stressful, then this can be a really simple tool for you to be able to shift out of that place. And I just gave a talk recently on DIMS and SIMS and pain. So that's based on the work of Lorimer Moseley in Australia, and he's a pain neuroscientist. And he talks about, when we're in a stress response, we're in that place of danger in me, and that directly increases our experience of pain, directly and immediately. So if you use this simple practice to shift back into the ventral vagus, you can significantly reduce the experience of pain in your body. So I trust that you find this video and this practice really supportive for you. Please drop a comment below. Watch the practice, try it, do it once a day. Do it once a day or whenever you notice that you're in a stress response, like your fists are clenched or you're mad, you're angry, or you're ruminating about past difficult times and that gets you in a stress response, or just when you're feeling pain. If you get a flare up of pain, give this vagal nerve reset practice a try. So let's do it now. Hi, welcome to the Vagus Nerve Reset. Cat here, and I just want to give you a quick reminder about what this practice is about. Stanley Rosenberg is a craniosacral therapist, and he discovered that this practice, what he calls the basic exercise, uses the eyes in a way that then can communicate with the vagus nerve to let it know that you're safe, and then that vagus nerve will shift your whole body, your whole nervous system back into the parasympathetic or relaxed state of being. This practice is marvelously simple and incredibly effective. You might want to have a chair. I like to support my legs on a chair when I do this practice. It helps all the hip flexors to kind of soften, cultivating even further a sense of safety in your nervous system. So here's the practice. So laying down, lower legs supported on the chair. A few sighing breaths, deep belly breaths. Relaxing all your muscles as you exhale. And then close your eyes and look to the right with your eyes closed, not straining, comfortably, but keep both eyes looking to the right. And then after that deep sigh comes, or you swallow, eyes come back to center. And then now looking all the way to the left. Jaw is relaxed. And then eyes come back to center. One more breath in the belly. Slowly open your eyes. Take in the room, the colors that you see. And then get up and get back to your day.